My name is Malcolm Robinson. I'm coming live from Winchester in the UK, in the sunny UK, as you can see. A bit bright here this morning, but it's a beautiful day. Joining me today is for the second of these streams is Adam Lear from nxtedition. I'm going to talk a little bit about nxtedition, which is a remote production collaboration platform. So we've been looking at the last 6 months. So Adam and I have been looking at how do you do remote production on public internet is the first question, and also then how does that work? So if people are at home on their desks, in their offices at home and things, with no control rooms, how can that work? Well, we have a solution now, and we've been messing around. Hi Adam, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Malcolm. How are you?
Yeah, very good, very good.
I'm a bit nervous because I'm directing at the same time, so it's quite complicated.
Yeah, the joys of innovation and stuff. What we let ourselves in for. So just to people at home, what we're doing here, we're actually broadcasting this through nxtedition. So what you're seeing on your screen outputs is from nxtedition. I'm live in Winchester. I've got a little DreamJet camera in front of me. We're streaming via a DreamJet Barracuda, an SRT stream, a number of SRT streams, into Malmo, into a virtual platform in Malmo. And Adam is sitting in his little house, not so little house, in Sweden, and he's working from his office, home office as well. So there is no control room, there is no physical issue with distancing. In fact, we've definitely got the 2 metre rule between us. We've got about 1,000 miles between us, I think. So
probably more.
That's what we are. So yeah. So Adam, a little bit about nxtedition.
So nxtedition basically is a platform that allows broadcasters or anyone who wants to produce video, television, a platform to remove all the complexity and the engineering and the difficulty of making TV shows. So what we've done is we've used microservices, we've used web technologies, we're using private cloud. So we brought the private cloud into our Malmo base. So basically what's happening from your end is that you're streaming the cameras over SRT, we're decoding them, and we're putting them into a standard vision mixer, a standard audio mixer. Those two pieces of equipment haven't been virtualized very well yet, so we're still working with those. But everything else, all the transcode, all the switching, the automation, the scripting, the media asset management, the publishing, the streaming, the live streaming to YouTube that we're doing now, everything is managed inside one holistic environment through a single user interface. So what the great thing about Next is that it takes us about a week to train an entire organization how to use it, because the web technologies that we use are so simple that most people just pick it up like that straight away. So it's all about reducing complexity.
Yeah, I can guarantee that. We've done a few training courses now, and the simplicity is really good. I can also control Next from my house here. I've got a control screen in front of me here, so I keep looking at here. So it's an enabler, isn't it? It's a way of getting that story across really easily for our end customers. And this week we've had a bit of an adventure.
We have
between Adam and myself. So someone approached us about Wimbledon Football Club in the UK, where they moved out of their ground a number of years ago. A very sad story in the English football world. And they went and played in various grounds, and a bunch of fans all pulled together and have been petitioning for a number of years now to rebuild the Wimbledon AFC stadium in Plough Lane. And we got approached about whether we could help them out a bit and see if we could do a bit of a fan program for them on YouTube. This is a little clip of what's happened.
Years in the making, this new home for Wimbledon.
That's Plough Lane.
That was exciting.
It was more exciting of the day, I think, wasn't it? The whole thing, what do we do TV for? It's all about enabling people to tell stories, and the simplest way of doing that. So this is what we've been trying to set up, the quickest way of getting broadcast going. So from a broadcast solutions point of view, we work with a number of partners. So as Adam mentioned, we had DreamChip, SRT encoders. Literally, we were broadcasting from the terraces. So we had Dream Chip, we had Barracudas, we had Mobile Viewpoint bonded cellular link doing a roving camera around the ground, putting in B-roll for the footage. We went live for 1 hour and 45 minutes on YouTube prior to the game. Due to broadcasting restrictions, we couldn't do the game itself, but prior to the game, 1 hour and 45 minutes with a few ex-players. We had probably about 5 or 6 people coming up to join the live show. Really great stuff, pre-recorded video going into it, plus also some really good Twitter harvesting of real fans, getting them onto the engagement straight away. Lots of local, really good interaction with the guys, and Adam was there putting up the Twitter stuff. And this is where Next Edition really took its place, because it was really quick to get stuff going. Quick example of some of the conditions we were working in. Here's a little short video I took on the day for the little setup. So here we are, Wimbledon on Tuesday morning. Just before the game. You can see we've set up here. We've got our little all our encoders and all the feeds here. You can see a bit of temporary installation as always. This is our studio control room. A couple of cameras, in fact 3 cameras. We've got two little cameras here, mini cameras here. We've got a return video coming through, just so you can see what's going on here. And we've got another little, so this is Charlie down here, just getting ready to show and getting ready to stuff. You can see we're still preparing, but it's all prep stuff. Then we've got a third little camera just up here, just hiding in the game mode, just there, little mini camera. Do a little wide shot of the ground that's there all the time. This is the new ground, just to give you some idea of what we're doing today. Wimbledon AFC coming back to their ground. Yeah, there we go. So you can see there, it's very much a building site we were working in. That didn't show the Mobile Viewpoint Agile units we're using on a little Sony FS7 to do around. Got the players coming in the tunnel, and it was a really, I think Adam was sweating a lot at his end, but at our end it was, a real. Literally, we were broadcasting from the terraces in a building site. The ground wasn't quite finished yet, but they played the first game on Tuesday evening. So it drew 2-2, I'm afraid, but it was great to see. What really hit me was we were there with true die-hard Wombles, as they're called, the Wimbles of Wimbledon, the Wimbles of Wimbledon, the Wombles of Wimbledon.
Wombles of Wimbledon.
And that's the fans, and the emotion that people were saying. A lot of the guys were watching on their phones and stuff at the ground. The emotion of people was great, and that's what it's all about. That storytelling element. I had the easy part really. I was at the ground. Poor old Adam was stuck in his basement. But over to you, Adam. What did you get up to?
Yeah, I think the thing that was interesting was when you talk about the storytelling. I mean, this is a story that would never have been told if we didn't tell it. And the fact that we captured it, we even sent out the Mobile Viewpoint to get the interview with the manager in the post-match show as well. I mean, we were doing really high-end stuff, and there was only 3 of us. So there was Malcolm on the ground engineering, Charlie doing the production, and me back here, Malmo, doing the directing. And what struck me about that was that the 3 of us only had 2 days preparation. So we threw this thing together out of nothing and out of equipment that we just had, because we just had to use what we had. So Malcolm had some demo equipment and I have a demo system we've been working on together.
On that note, Adam, just quick thank you while I'm here, actually. So quick thank you to Sennheiser for the microphones, which we borrowed for the show, and for Trilogy, who have lent us the comm system, which one thing we talked about there, the comm system inside a production system is so important.
It was amazing. The comms was amazing.
Really works out well there, so that was really good. And obviously Dream Chip, Mobile Viewpoint, we've got our demo system, anything else. So sorry, Adam, back to you again.
Yes, I saw the thank yous done, Malcolm. Right, okay. So I'm just going to do a little desk tour. So on the day, I actually filmed my desk here. So you've seen what it was like at the stadium end. So what was it like at this end? The important thing to remember here is that we're next, the private cloud servers are in Malmo. I'm here in my home, which is Maria home, which is 45 kilometers away from Malmo. So I'm actually operating the switches and all the audio, the automation and talk back here and everything through this touchscreen. And then all the signals are coming into Malmo as well. So all the heavy lifting is just left in the data center at Malmo, and I'm just telling it what to do remotely 45 kilometers away. So let's take a look at my desk. Okay, so we'll start with the main part of my desk. So here, this is my whole Next system here. So this is actually the rundown for the show. I'm just partially rehearsing it. We got quite a lot of VTs in here, some live shots, obviously, etc., etc. So basically, we're going to be stepping through this rundown during the actual show itself. Just to the right of that here, I've actually got on my laptop, I've got the nxtedition plugin for Premiere Pro running. This is actually giving me same access to the server, but I can see all of the clips that I got in the main system, but I can actually pull them in here if I need to edit them. So I can actually get, I've got a direct link effectively to the next server that I can then bring into an edit timeline and edit a piece in case I want to push something back edited while the show's taking place. Finally, on this side here, we have the multi-viewer coming back from Malmo. So the system in Malmo is actually playing that back on the multi-viewer. So if I was to, for instance, just take these videos here and I just play one of those videos, you'll see I get it straight away over here. So we're going to be running, you can see we're running graphics, real-time graphics on top. We're running the VTs, the cameras. The cameras aren't there yet because they're not up. They're just, the boys are on the way to the ground now to set the cameras up. And finally down here, this is my shot box. So on my shot box, normally I'd take up the whole screen with that. But you can see here I've got the buttons for my cameras, so I can easily cut between my cameras here. I also have all the buttons for the external microphones. So this is basically how I will turn on the audio microphones for each of the sources. So if it's on camera 1, I can turn on both 2 mics for left and right on camera 1, so we can have 2 talking at the same time. So I have audio there. I can switch cameras here quite easily, so I push the button and I get the camera. Obviously I don't get the camera, I just get the VT. But and we got things like super sources, so I can pull up like a DVE butterfly shot here just at the touch of a button. We're also overlaying a graphic there from the sponsor and also the Wimbledon logo there as well. So it's all being controlled here by the shot box. I can also see the TX output here. I can also see the multi-viewer actually here in the shot box, so I can preview that. And finally down here I have a small virtual panel for a Trilogy system. This is what we're going to be using for talkback, so I can actually talk either directly to our engineer on site, or I can actually talk to the presenter here or listen to the presenter. I've got 4 IFBs effectively with mix minus on. So I've got all the right correct comms coming back to me here as well, which I'm going to be listening to and talking to obviously on my headset here. So all in all, this little setup here with just one person is going to be what's running the whole of the gig. Now, the thing to bear in mind is that all of this is in Sweden. This is in my basement pub in Sweden. So it's the signals are going to come back to Sweden from London, and we're going to cut it, and then we're going to send it to YouTube direct. So it's going to be interesting. So wish us luck. I'll tell you
I think one of the interesting parts there, Adam, as well. One of the interesting parts there is it's all on public internet. There's no dedicated fibres here. It's all public internet. And just so guys at home realise, I've got exactly the same control system on my laptop here in Winchester. So I could also run the show from Winchester if I needed to at that point. So
yeah, and one of the interesting things about that, Malcolm, is when you're talking about private cloud, because when you have private cloud, you have a direct connection to the server, which means that you have the shot box, for instance, at your house there in Winchester, and I have the shot box here in Malmo. But because we both have a direct link to that server, we can both actually turn things on and off live if we want to. I mean, when I look at that clip, I'm like, we did a demo the other day and somebody said to me, it's like something from the future. And I said, it is, but it's shipping now. That's
exactly. Yeah, get your POs in, we can supply it now. No problem at all.
Yeah, it's shipping now.
Proving it here now in front of everyone's eyes as well at the same time. So
but one of the things that was really fascinating, I thought, was the highlight for me at least was how we brought the fans in. So we'd asked the fans with a graphic to tweet to the Twitter feed of the club videos. We asked them to short videos to respond to how they're feeling and what they're doing. And then we drop those into a template. And I've actually got a little screen video that I took here that I can just show you how that is. So this is the user interface for nxtedition. This is actually what it looks like. You can see to us, we're harvesting on an FTP harvest these tweets coming in. And these videos, basically, it doesn't matter if they're horizontal or vertical, Next can cope with that, obviously, because we deal with social media. So what I'm going to do is just build a new script, because what I want to do is to demonstrate roughly how you would make a template. So what we want to do is just create a media placeholder. So this is just an empty reference. It says there will be a video here, but I do not know what that video is going to be. And I can set up some parameters for that. So for instance, I could say, okay, let's do a mix of 15 frames on this video. Do I want to set a fixed duration so they're all going to be the same? Well, we'll probably cut someone off, so we don't want to do that. So once I've set all of that up as I exactly want it, for instance, what I can then do is once I close that up, I can actually pick it. I can set auto manual. I keep forgetting about the auto manual, because so I can can automatically fall into the next video. So that what I want to do is I copy paste that now. And what I'll do is I'll create an automatic fall through to the next video at 15 frames. So we're kind of making an edit here. It's like an empty edit of placeholders. And when I drag drop those things in, they will just play concurrently and look like an edited piece. But actually, it's been nowhere near an edit suite. It's just playing out the clips that have come in off the FTP directly. And we're using a system of transcodeless playback where we don't render them. If the playout machine knows the format, recognizes it, does some tests and says, yes, I think I can play it, it will play it. And here you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to set this to be a master. So I just renamed the top up here. So I'll call it something. I'll call it the Twitter thing. There. Type that in. And then I'm going to create a master. So when I do this, I will create a template. So I just turn the master tag off, and you can see when I push the plus to create a new something that in the templates, there's no Twitter thing there, okay? So just push the plus off here, and I just turn on next master, and now plus, and boom, I've instantly got this as a template. So I can create as many of these as I like, as many times as I like, and populate them, and they won't affect each other. There'll be no crossover between each one. So let's just, let's take one of those, and let's grab a fan video. So, we'll use maybe this one. I didn't take the clip. There we are. So there's the actual template now. So this is a fresh template, brand new. We just drag these in. Remember, these are coming in off the FTP, so they're coming from Twitter. We drag them in, drag them in. This is what we were doing on the night live while we were on air. During a VT, I would set that up, and then we would take the story. That's the rundown that's live. So we would take the story to put it into the rundown. So we go find the story, which is over there, and drag and drop it in, and you can see all 4 clips are there, and then let's hit go.
Plough Lane just holds a really special place in my heart, and it's wonderful to be gone through the whole experience again.
So you can see what we're doing here is we're now just playing out these videos that were coming in live as they were played. And the beauty of that is that we had a team of people who were checking the videos to make sure they weren't over the top.
Great to be back at Plough Lane.
And you can see our broadcast on their TV in the background behind them, which is quite mad. So,
hey, Wobble from the USA
that's
here.
Actually
Congratulations on the
from
move back
USA.
to Plough Lane.
They came from all over the
I'm going
place.
to be watching the game.
I'll just cut out of that for now. But I mean,
World famous Wombles.
The world famous Wombles, yeah. It was amazing. The fans are amazing. And of course, we brought them in and we made them part of the story because of COVID, nobody could be in the stadium, you know, and these people were really sad about that. So we brought this show to bring them all together, and we did that, and we succeeded in that with very little effort, I would say, on our part. I don't know if you agree. I think I said to you at one point, Malcolm, this is getting a bit too easy. I'm feeling a bit...
Well, it is. When we sat there, literally, we got given a power supply and an internet connection at the ground in a building site, and we went live from it. You know, live, I think, was a very, very professional output. And it's if you go to AFC Wimbledon website, there is a stream up there. You can have a look at some of the output from it, and here and there. So. You know, and it was literally a show from the terraces, literally. So, but I think, you know, we talked about this earlier on a little bit. It was an enabler of getting that grassroots football clubs, grassroots, and any sort of sporting club or any team event or anything. People want to get stuff out there. This is what we can do for people. SRT streaming is really, really great. You need something at the end of it. It's a combination of the whole system together with a really, really good collaborative platform to work from. And Next is really providing that solution. And I think, you know, Adam, you've been a great star for the last 6 months of you and I trying to get this all up and running and ready to go. And I think today is proof that this works from multiple locations without control rooms, COVID friendly. It's all there. And just a quick note, I mean, we have now got a full Next demo system set up for broadcast solutions worldwide. If anybody wants to have a go with this and try it, and we can provide encoders so you can stream from your own venues, or we can set up some cameras for you as well. We can set this up for you to have a go. You can try the GUIs, try the platforms out. We haven't even touched a fraction of what Next can actually do this morning.
Not even close.
Given time things. You know, normal demo takes about an hour and a half, and it is so powerful. And flexible as well, but also so easy to use. That full integration platform is fantastic for how it works. And I'm just an engineering person who can make it work, so it must be pretty easy, guys. So,
it's
and
the future,
it is. It's the future. That's I think what I've been really impressed with Next is the fact that it integrates so well with the social media platforms. That's what's happening now. The stuff you just showed there on Twitter and things, and the fact we're broadcasting live to a YouTube channel. It could be any other channel. It could be a Instagram Live. It could be anything. Anyone wants to. It's simple to do. And with minimal latency as well.
Yeah, I can even cut, for instance, right here, just on the shot box, so I can cut to you there, and then I can cut to me here.
Yeah, just to show how live it is, yeah. And just so everyone knows, Adam is basically, this is a Zoom interface. It can also be Skype, whatever. It's an online platform interface to the system as well. So showing that the system is out there, very flexible. You can see we're having a two-way conversation on multiple locations, multiple latencies without any real issue. Great. So. Adam, thank you very much for your time this morning.
That's all right. Thank you, Malcolm.
Anybody's interested in a demo of Next, or even to have a real live to go with it and try it out for a period of time, we're very open for that as well. Please get in touch. I think it is one of the best innovative products out there at the moment. Don't be scared of it. Get involved with it. Have a go with it, and we'll see you very soon. Thanks very much.